Hello, and welcome to Within. They abandoned the God who had made them. They sacrificed unto demons whom they knew not.
I hadn't heard from my brother in over 3 months, which wasn't unusual. Nick tends to disappear for months at a time, not returning my calls, and then he surfaces again as if nothing had happened. I've gotten used to it. I don't blame him, considering the childhood we had. I've read somewhere that siblings with shared traumatic pasts tend to grow apart faster when they're adults. Then, last night at around 3 a.m., he left a voice message. I heard it when I woke up a few hours later.
Maya, I hope you're okay. I know I haven't been in touch, but I just wanted to let you know. You may not hear from me again. For a while. I don't want you to worry, though. I'm in a spot of trouble, but nothing I can't handle. I'll figure it out. Whatever you do, don't come looking for me. I'll call you when things are right. I know I haven't said this enough, but I do love you. Always have. Goodbye, Maya.
I must have called him dozens of times, but there was no answer, and then his phone was switched off. I took the next available flight out early next morning. I didn't sleep a wink on the plane. I kept thinking about what kind of trouble he might be in. As soon as I landed, I checked into a motel and then took a cab to the last address I had for him. In the pre-dawn light, the city seemed to grow more decrepit the further in I went, like a thing whose core was growing rotten. I don't know what kind of trouble he's in, but when we were growing up, after Ma died, when it was just the two of us, he'd come to me when he was in real deep and needed saving. And I would save him. I should get this over with quickly. I'll find him, make sure he's okay, then head back. I'm already missing a day at work. Let's see, he should be at apartment 405.
Left-click on objects in your surroundings to interact with them. Okay. Oh, the controls are kinda funky here. Surely made it hard to just get to his apartment for some reason. Okay.
Hello? Huh, where'd they go? There was someone just here. Well, this is it. I should just ring the doorbell, see if he answers. Although if he's been drinking, I don't have much hope. I guess he's either not home, or he's sleeping off a drunken binge, which would not be entirely surprising. Maybe I should just try to open the door and let myself in.
Hey, what
Gosh, what is that smell?
about
Nick?
to say?
Nick, are you here?
What a dump.
How is he living like this? This is terrible. Would it hurt to clean up a little?
Aldi Pizza. Not open, go back.
The first thing I'm going to help him do is clean this place up. That alone should bring some positivity to his life situation.
I doubt it. Let's just go in his room.
Right, like this is gonna keep me out. Nick, are you in there? Are you okay? Open this door. I guess I should find some other way to get it open.
Okay, I mean, guess we could look for a key. Where would he put his key? It's a weird shadow.
I think I just lost my appetite. Looks like he's literally living out of a suitcase at this point. He told me he was making money on a freelance web development gig. Was that all a lie? What's he doing with the money he gets? Didn't know he kept this old picture of Ma. This was taken maybe a year before she died, before the cancer started turning her into skin and bones. When Ma got sick, he was 8 and I was 15. We watched her waste away and die from cancer. We never knew our father. No kid should have to lose both parents so early. We moved in with Aunt Sheba after that. She mostly left us alone, so I had to pretty much raise him. Or at least I tried. I did the best I could, but hell, I was dealing with my own demons. I guess I made a pretty poor substitute for Ma.
I mean, fair. At 15, there has to be a key here somewhere.
Well, there you go. Looks like he's fallen off the wagon again. Oh, Nick. I sometimes think if he hadn't had that accident, if his best buddy Alex hadn't been killed, things might have turned out different for him. He was 16, driving home from a party. Alex in the passenger seat. Nick had no business being behind the wheel that night. He was drunk out of his mind. Alex was killed on the spot. Nick survived, but he could never forgive himself for Alex's death. With Ma gone, I was supposed to be the parent, rein him in. I should have been tougher with him. I messed up there. I guess I neglected him when it mattered. That's on me.
Not sure about that either. Okay.
Hello? Nick, are you in there?
He's got the gamer lights on at least.
Jeez. Hello? Hello? How did this door open? There's gotta be a light switch somewhere.
Right here. Wow, guess he likes horror movies.
I see his taste in music hasn't changed. All the death metal and occult stuff he was always into.
Occult?
Well, at least I know where all his money's going. But where the hell is he?
That's definitely a gamer PC right there.
He used to love these consoles growing up. He'd spend hours locked into those games. I guess it was an escape for him after Ma passed and we were living at Aunt Sheba's. The worst period of our lives. He was such a quiet kid back then.
Yeah. Turn it on. Are these real bands or did they make these up? I wouldn't know. House, door, light. I'll just get to his computer.
I should check this computer. Maybe it'll give me some clue to what's going on with him.
USB drive.
A USB drive? Let me see if I can find one. Just trash. I'm not digging through that. I would need some kind of USB drive to plug in here.
I mean, I see hard drives there. It doesn't make sense.
Random drawer junk. Nothing useful. Nothing useful here. Nothing useful here. This could be it.
Put Stereo OS on a USB drive. Gonna make it slow. Hey, is he some type of Linux dude? I finally got it all set up. Yep, Linux variant, as I said. And the game contained within. This may be overkill, but better to be cautious considering the urban legend around this game. A single exe file, not cleverly named, no instructions. To think it took me nearly 6 months to track down the dark web. Things I have to trawl through to find it. Things I don't think I could ever unsee. I don't have much hope for humanity anyways. We're broken beyond redemption. Typical, metalhead, I guess. I'll continue taking notes in these text files. If this game is the real deal, I can later use them to compose a post documenting my journey for the R Occult subreddit. Oh man, he's also a Redditor. Anyways, first things first. I have to get the game to work. It keeps crashing when I click it. The lure says it works at random. You just have to click. Clicking. Code is probably corrupt. Stories about the game are fascinating, if not profoundly disturbing. For example, a guy who played it and it corrupted. So we'll try running it. What kind of computer makes that kind of noise? Oh, easy. Looks like a low-res game to me. Looks like one of those jump scare games, to be honest. Just that band symbol, isn't it? Okay. Alright. Uh-huh. Did he not stop talking? Oh, here's a door. Okay, they're just gonna jump scare me at some point, I'm sure. Oh hey, does this thing talk too? Okay. You're looking for something specific? Okay. Going to guess. Oh. Well.
Wait,
You know.
that file wasn't there before. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, I'm sure of it too. Got it to run. First impressions. Creepy, grainy, pixelated. PS2? It's not even PS1. Like, what? And PS2 definitely did not have walking sims. The game is unstable, crashed 4 times already. Good thing I sandboxed it. It's chewing up files and randomly spitting them back. No credits, no title screen, no save load. It's hard to find. So many fake leads and BS. I would have given up sooner if I had not believed there was some truth to the stories. Finally stumbled on the game almost by accident, following an anon link to a file dump on an Onion server. I found it amidst cryptically named zip archives, many of them full of unspeakable images. The myth of the game, which I pieced together sifting through volumes of shitposts and bits of truth, suggests that only one copy can exist at a time. Okay. And that it follows itself to be found by those whom it selects. There are stories that it was not created by human hands, that it was birthed whole in the filth of the dark web, a digital abomination conceived and formed in the womb of Okay, this is way too wordy to explain it. Womb of humanity's most depraved impulses. As I spent hours digging into this, the old compulsions are inexorably returning. Dark thoughts, guilt, a desperate craving for alcohol. It's impossible to resist. The symbols in the graffiti are pre-Sumerian, suggesting an ancient entity, possibly a greater demon. Perhaps most disturbing of all is the notion that it can blah blah blah. Guess you have to run the game again. Yeah, this is not PS2. I'm pretty sure there was a doorway this way. Apparently it's locked. Ancient Sumerian, it just looks like metalhead like albums, to be honest. Oh look, red eyes. Okay.
What the hell is this? Nick!
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that was Nick's photo in there. But that makes no sense. I've got to get this game going again.
Time to turn on the computer again.
Jeez, that scared me. Just the lights. The electrics here are falling apart, like the rest of the building.
I don't know. Like, that's cheap. Okay, play log 5. It's getting worse. Growing signs of malevolence, walking nightmares, oppressive thoughts, general malaise, an intense craving for self-defilement, weird sounds from the other room, voices, footsteps, shifting shadows. An hour ago, the webcam turned on by itself and took a pic. I was able to identify the entity from the symbols in the graffiti. Bale, basically Bale, aka the ill spirit of guilt and grief. Here's the entity from Dekeen, perhaps the only demonology wiki in some authenticity. A greater demon from pre-biblical times, first worshipped by the Bagani sect in Sumeria. Requires human sacrifice, feeds on fatalism, guilt, and grief. Manifests in the recurring nightmares of killers, in the lust, regret cycles of serial sex offenders, in the dying fugue of dead men walking, and the guilt borne by family members of suicide victims. Okay, well, the simplicity of the game is almost certainly deliberate. The pattern of all the symbols, the piles of refuse and felt, the writings on the scrolls, all of it suggests an invocation ritual. Have I made a terrible mistake? What am I awakening in the deep dark? The game is trying to blah blah blah. Meanwhile, he ran it again for some reason. Okay. Oh hey, it's that thing again. Hey, there's an anime wall scroll. Okay. And that's way too modern looking to be anything Sumerian or anything. Another anime wall scroll. It does look pretty cool, to be honest. Okay. Another anime wall scroll, maybe? There's no run button.
Help me. Please. You have to help me.
Nick?
I'm scared, Maya. It's awful here. Please, help me.
Okay.
That was Nick's voice, I'm sure of it. I'm gonna get this PC going again.
He's stuck in some...
Hello? Is someone there?
I guess I have to look around.
It's too dark in here. I should get the lights on.
I mean, most of the lights are on already. Oh, the picture changed. Yeah, who cares? Get the picture, though.
Oh, that's awful. How could the picture have changed like this?
Like an apartment haunting or something. Yeah.
Nobody. Nick. But his face. What is happening to me?
Basically the same thing that happened to him, really. Okay, play log 12. I saw Alex today. He was here, in the apartment, standing by the far wall. He looked the same as he did when I saw him all those years ago, on a journey in the morgue the day after the accident. His dead body cold, his face split open, his eyes wide. Despite his horrific wounds, and the odd angle of his neck, he was somehow still alive. He called out to me. He was grinning, but I saw the hatred in his dead eyes. I survived the accident, even though I was the one drunk and driving. He wanted me to follow him. I begged for forgiveness, but I know it's too late for that. There can be no redemption for a man like me. I must go after him. I have no choice. First, I have to call Maya. I have to warn her, tell her to stay put and not come looking for me. Yeah, that does not work. They usually come looking for you when you say, "Don't look for me." But you know. Because I know Maya, she'll look for me if she doesn't hear from me for too long. She still is responsible for me, even after all these years. Still blames herself for my failures, even though she shouldn't. If only she knew that she's the last good thing left in my life. The reason I'm alive is because she saved me 1,000,000 times already. But she can't save me this time, not from this. And I can't let her get hurt. If she comes here... I mean, what was he expecting, really? Okay. Locked up. This looks locked up. Okay, here's the way. Oh, another anime scroll. I'm going to assume the other way open for the last one. And him crawling there. Looks like he's having a good time, to be honest. This dude doing?
What the hell was that?
Nick! Wait! Nick!
Well, let's chase him.
Nick!
There he is. By the way, there's no run button.
Nick! Nick, stop! It's me! What the hell? I'm not going near that elevator. What the hell was that?
Some dude just crawling backwards. It's fine. And we'll go up the stairs, or down the stairs, not sure which. Down the stairs. This reminds me of that one SCP. The Infinite Stair SCP, where you see a little face.
I'm down here. Come quick. Maya, come on.
Yeah,
I'm
pretty much.
waiting for you, Maya. Where
Pretty
are
much.
you?
Pretty
We're
much.
all waiting.
Yeah, this definitely feels like that SCP game. Oh. There's an end, though.
You can't save me, Maya. You never could. Even when we were growing up, you couldn't even protect me from myself. The accident, Alex's death, my miserable life, all of it could have been different. If only you'd done what you were supposed to do.
Who are you? What have you done to my brother?
Sometime later, I found myself back in the apartment. I couldn't remember how I got there. There was no sign of Nick, or the thing that had looked like him. And his computer would no longer turn on. I did the only thing I could. I filed a missing person report and flew home. It's been 6 months since then. I've tried every possible way to locate him, but there's been no word from him. I keep thinking about the thing I saw at the bottom of those stairs, the thing from inside the game. When it came at me, just before its awful malevolence could engulf me, something or someone stepped between us and shielded me. I think that's how I got away. I think it was Nick who saved me.
Okay, and that's the end. Okay, so I think the game was very jump scare heavy, which honestly not that scary to be honest. The premise seems interesting, but also it feels like your typical newer movie for teenagers. Like all those internet type movies that have been created over the years. Generally not great horror movies, mostly again jump scares. I do like the premise of a demon who looks for people who feel guilt or emotions such as that, and that it goes after them. That's a good premise, but also not something new. Overall, I think its over-reliance on jump scares actually does not do it for me. It's not a bad game, but I think there's some details that are a bit off. The game definitely does not look like a PS2 game, which weird thing to be hung up on, but it really doesn't even look PS1. It looks... I'm not even sure. It's not trying to mimic that style of PS1 or PS2, any console type thing. I think it's if it's trying to emulate those, it's failing horribly at it. But in an indie game, I'm not expecting them to one-to-one match the details. But it probably would have been better if they haven't even mentioned PS2 there. Yeah, the game I don't like as much as the other games I've played on my channel. Wasn't terrible, but definitely very cliched, and I guess that's all there's to it. Please let me know what you thought in the comments, and thank you for watching.